Welcome to The Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to dive into this topic with you today because we're exploring some truly fascinating, science-backed ways our bodies can naturally control hunger. We constantly hear about the latest fad diets or how we just need more willpower, right? Well, today we're skipping all that and looking at the actual physiological mechanisms of satiety. And that brings us to a rather provocative question. Can you actually suppress your appetite without medication? It's a huge topic right now. And the incredible answer? It actually lies right inside your own body, simply by manipulating our natural chemical signals. We really don't have to fight our hunger. We just have to understand how to speak its language. Okay, let's dive into our roadmap for today. We'll be looking at 1. The biology of appetite. 2. The power of protein. 3. Feeling full on fewer calories. 4. Fiber and gut health. And 5. Plant extracts for appetite. All right, section 1, the biology of appetite, chemical messengers. So your appetite isn't just some random feeling. It's a highly regulated chemical system, kind of like a battle between heroes and villains. On one side, we have our orexigenic hormones, and the main driver here is ghrelin. Ghrelin is produced in your stomach, and it literally tells your brain, hey, we need energy, it is time to eat. On the flip side, we have our anorexigenic hormones. I like to call them the satiety squad, GLP-1, PYY, and CCK. When these hit your system, they signal your brain to stop eating. So the ultimate biological hack for appetite control is figuring out how to turn down ghrelin while turning up that satiety squad. Moving right along, section 2, the power of protein, macronutrient hacks. To really get protein's superpower, we first need to define thermogenesis. This is basically the hidden biological heavy lifting your body does just to process, digest, and absorb what you eat. Think about it. It actually takes energy to extract energy from your food. Now, what's genuinely fascinating here is how differently our bodies react to different foods. Get this. Protein requires an astonishing 20 to 30% of its own calories just to be digested. Compare that to dietary fat, which requires a mere 0 to 3%. No way, right? This means when you eat protein, your body is burning a massive amount of metabolic energy just to process the meal. And this elevated oxygen consumption and body temperature, that actually leads to a sensation of fullness. But wait, protein's impact goes even deeper than that, which brings us to the aminostatic hypothesis. This is the theory that your appetite naturally drops as blood amino acid concentrations rise right after you eat protein. When you digest protein, it breaks down into amino acids. Specialized sensors in your brain actually detect these amino acids floating in your bloodstream and literally send a signal to your body to stop eating. It is literally a built-in, natural off switch. Let's move to section 3, feeling full on fewer calories. Energy density. Now we tackle what sounds like a total paradox, the eat more to weigh less strategy. The crucial point here is that not all cups of food are created equal. Just look at raisins versus grapes. One single cup of raisins packs a massive 480 calories because it has a super high energy density. But if you choose fresh, water-rich grapes, that exact same 1 cup volume of food is only 104 calories. It's amazing when you think about it. You get the exact same physical volume of food stretching your stomach for nearly a fifth of the calories. So how do we build this into a daily strategy? Well, you want to maximize volume with water and fiber while minimizing those added fats. Foods rich in water and fiber, like, say, a cup of air-popped popcorn, which is only about 30 calories, physically stretch the stomach. This slows down digestion and keeps you full much longer than fat-dense foods. Fat packs a ton of calories into a tiny package, so it honestly doesn't trigger those physical fullness stretch receptors in your stomach nearly as well. Which leads us perfectly to section 4, fiber and gut health, clinical trials. Take a look at this. This flowchart shows the rigorous, double-blind, randomized design of a recent trial where patients with type 2 diabetes consumed low-fat yogurt enriched with konjac glucomannan, or KGM, and inulin fiber. These patients ate this specially fortified yogurt every single day for 8 weeks. The researchers basically wanted to see if this highly viscous, gel-forming fiber could tangibly alter metabolic health. And wow, the clinical grade results speak for themselves here. After just 8 weeks, patients saw massive, statistically significant drops across the board. Fasting insulin dropped by a mean reduction of 1.85 microinternational units per milliliter. Total cholesterol plummeted by 18.51 milligrams per deciliter, and triglycerides dropped by 15. The highly viscous fiber basically formed a gel in the gut, slowing absorption and improving insulin sensitivity. It just goes to show that the right kind of physical bulk in our food can radically alter our internal chemistry. And finally, Section 5, Plant Extracts for Appetite, Targeted Solutions. Let's explore the cutting edge of natural appetite control and uncover an incredible biological mechanism known as the bitter brake. Scientists recently discovered that we actually have bitter taste receptors called TS2Rs, not just on our tongues, but all the way down in our small intestine. A specialized extract from New Zealand hops called amorous sat was designed to completely bypass the stomach and open up right in that small intestine. When those intestinal receptors taste the extreme bitterness of the hops, it tricks the body into thinking it just ate a massive meal. This triggers a sudden release of our satiety squad hormones, GLP-1 and CCK. The data on this is absolutely astonishing. Clinical research shows that amorosate increases the appetite-suppressing hormone, GLP-1, to 6 times its baseline level within an hour of ingestion. That is roughly twice the normal hormone response you'd get after eating a regular meal. It's literally mimicking the body's natural fullness mechanism, putting the brakes on hunger without using any external synthetic drugs. So how do we practically bring all the science into our daily lives? Medical News Today outlines some incredibly accessible, evidence-based habits. Drinking a large glass of water right before a meal pre-fills the stomach for that low-calorie fullness stretch. Eating bulky, water-rich vegetables works on that exact same volume principle. Switching from milk chocolate to dark chocolate, that utilizes that bitter brake mechanism we just uncovered to suppress cravings. Consuming a little ginger powder has been shown to increase satiation, and practicing mindful eating literally lowers the stress hormones that otherwise trigger comfort eating. It all connects right back to the biology we've been talking about. We've covered the hormone heroes, the metabolic fire of protein, the physical stretching of fiber, and the chemical triggers of bitter plant extracts. Which leaves us with this final thought for today. If your body already has a built-in off switch for hunger, what will you put on your plate today to activate it? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep feeding your curiosity, and I'll see you next time.